Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Drafts and Drafts. This is Drafts and Drafts with Timmy McBee and Adam E. I am Timmy McBits, and we got a schmanger 10th episode for you tonight. I am here with my co-host and longtime friend, formerly the Santa Monica sweetheart, Mr. Adam E. Adam, how are you feeling tonight, man?
Formally, I don't know what happened there, but I'm doing pretty good. Put together a bit of a losing streak recently, not letting it get me down. Still feeling good, positive going into this one. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. We'll get into the results, but the last couple weeks, I think they've been shifting in a good direction. I'm feeling pretty good about how things have been going. We've had some tough guests on that have come out with some fire picks, and I love the challenge every week. Like, I love it. We get some creativity in here. We get some new ideas, and frankly, Adam, I'm just like I haven't really felt any pressure from you in a while, so I'm hoping you can turn it up tonight, and I believe you can, but we'll see how it goes. Do you think you're ready? You think you're ready for this episode 10?
I think so. I focused less on the beer this week and instead on the other draft, which I think I had the balance wrong possibly the last couple of weeks. So feeling good going into this one.
All right, and we have a special guest for episode 10, and for the first few years of my life, I referred to her as Yetta. I don't know how long that lasted, but a while. At the age of 3, her first words to me were asking my parents to take me back to the hospital. Thankfully, they said no. Appreciate that one. At the age of 8, she accidentally pushed me down the stairs. I mean, the whole thing is a bit fuzzy. I'm not surprised. But since then, she's become one of my best friends. She's a ton of fun. I mean, she's a trained dancer. And although she's a trained dancer, she recently partied so hard that she actually tore a ligament in her ankle. I witnessed it. It was pretty funny. Obviously not that funny now. She's absolutely one of the best chefs I know. I don't think I've ever been over to her place and had a meal that was less than 6 courses, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. Tonight we have a special guest, my big sister, Steph. Steph, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. That was quite the intro, right? Timmy, thank you so much. Wasn't expecting that warm of a welcome. I had a story prepared about how I've known you for the majority of your life, and at first I wasn't a big fan.
Yep.
But I guess you've yeah, exactly. This is the truth, and over the years, I've come to really like you, and I think you're great. So super excited to be here. I got a couple of good guys to go through the show tonight. This is awesome.
Yeah, and thanks to our voters, I think we can say I'm the goodest guy. I mean, that's just that's what the results say. I don't know. We'll see how tonight goes. Before we get into it, I do also want to say small announcement. I want to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting the stream. You may or may not notice, but the channel that we stream on now has reached Twitch affiliate status, which is great. So we appreciate all the support and love that you guys have given us over the last few weeks. Adam, last week I think was pretty close, but why don't you take everybody, how close was it? What were the final results?
Yeah, a late vote on Friday came in to swing the results. Not for me. I came last with 17% of the vote. You came second with 40% of the vote. And Catherine from America, first place with 43% of the vote. She hasn't gloated too much to me, but I'm sure she'll probably be in the chat talking a bunch of trash. So
yeah, I know. I was very surprised by this because I sent you a message late in the week and I was like, how are things looking? And you said we're tied. And then I see this post the next day saying I lost. And like, I'm not convinced there wasn't some, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't want to say that your relationship may have led to some bias or influence on the results. But anyways, Catherine was obviously fantastic last week. We loved having her on. She definitely knows her stuff when it comes to college parties. So, a well-deserved W. And I mean, I got to roll with it. So we're gonna have to face a new challenger this week in Steph. And why don't you let us know, Adam, what the topic is for tonight?
Yeah, so tonight warm weather's coming in. It's not quite the start of summer, but it's potentially the start of barbecue season. So we're going to have a summer barbecue. So 6 different categories, only 3 courses, and it seems like Steph is used to 6, so that might throw her off a little bit here. But first, we have a main course, a side dish, dessert, a batch drink, so some sort of cocktail. We just didn't want to just do beer. An item that's not welcome at your barbecue, and an activity.
Yeah, I think this is a good coverage of the summer barbecue. I mean, up here in the Great White North, we're just sliding into the warm weather season. You know, it's right on the horizon. We're ready for it. We're certainly excited. And Steph, I mean, as I mentioned, you've obviously got exceptional skills in the kitchen. When it comes to a barbecue, when it comes to cooking, you know, what experience do you have? What are you drawing on? Where are you really pulling from when you're making your selections tonight?
Okay, you might be talking me up a bit much. I don't know how much experience I specifically have with barbecue, but I have worked in the hospitality and service sector for about 19 years, which makes me seem very old. Manage a couple of kitchens, couple of restaurants, few food businesses. Super passionate about food and entertaining specifically. So I'm hoping to draw on that passion, bring some good picks forward. But important theme for me tonight is to remember what's approachable and good for a large group. You know, you want it to be for the many people. So
that's true. Anything I can't pronounce, I'm probably unlikely to vote for, which eliminates a lot of food for me. So yeah, no, I mean barbecues are simple. At least for me, as you'll see with my selections tonight, it's about having a good time and having a few drinks. And on that note, we can jump into the second draft of the evening, and that would be the drafts that we are drinking. So, Adam, why don't we start with you? What do you got going on for your draft tonight?
Yeah, so I didn't really keep it too much on theme. Actually, one thing I just remembered that I completely forgot about. Growing up, my first job was working as a gourmet hot dog chef. So they were steamed hot dogs, not barbecues, but potentially watch out. I don't know.
All right.
Gourmet hot dogs. So we'll see. So I'm going with a beer from Horace Brewing in a collaboration with Mason Works, and also a collaboration with the rap duo Run the Jewels.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's part of their Run the Brews collection. It's their No Save Point West Coast IPA. 2 types of hops, bitterness, berries, and tropical fruit. So looking forward to it. Pretty cool can. I've been trying to find it for a while. Found it a couple weeks back, and then I was going on theme. And this week, no, just want to have it going all in.
I did not know that RTJ did a beer collaboration.
They have a bunch. It's a whole Run the Brews section on their website. So this particular beer, I think they had 21 different collaborations called No Save Point, which was a song from Cyberpunk 2077.
I look at that. Killer Mike making killer brews. All right, Steph, what do you got going on tonight for your draft?
All right. Went down to a local brewery to pick up a special bottle of something that Timmy actually introduced me to. It's a sour. It's called Jelly King. It's a strong beer, dry hop sour ale. And I do not have as much expertise as Adam in this category. So I've had it before. I know it tastes good, and I'm excited to crack this big bottle tonight.
All right. Sounds good. This is it's quite topical. So I see your jelly, and I'm going to throw it into a sandwich with my Whitewater Brewing Co. peanut butter shake. Sounds like we're a good pair. So this is a 4.5% peanut butter flavored, subtly sweet beer. It's from Ottawa Valley, Ontario, and they say the stout is everything that you want it to be. Chocolatey, peanut buttery goodness with hints of cream and caramel. This medium-bodied sweet stout will remind you of a peanut butter chocolate shake. So, you know, I thought food related. Listen, when I was a kid, my favorite thing in the world was peanut butter sandwiches, banana, jam, whatever you want to throw in there. So I figured we'd give it a go. Okay.
Not many bad things come out of the Ottawa Valley too. So that's where my mom's from. So
is it?
Well,
I actually don't even know. I mean, I don't live that far away, and I couldn't tell you where that is on a map. But I'm going to try it out, and it should be good. And so with that draft down, we're going to jump into the other draft of the evening. So as we always do on the show, we let the guest pick where they want to select in the order, 1, 2, or 3. So Steph, we've seen varying results. We've seen a lot of guests do well in the second. We've seen some guests not win. I think we've gotten to a point now where it doesn't really matter. It comes down to the picks. What are you going to go with in terms of pick order tonight?
I want to just like mix it up and pick first.
Gonna go with the first overall selection. I like the confidence. Yeah. All right, that's great. That's great.
I really want to secure one category, so I think this is like the best strategy for me.
Interesting.
That's a pretty good way to go tonight. There's a few that I think have a clear number one, and I'm sure you'll take one of those.
Okay. All right, Adam. So with that, we're sitting on number 2 or number 3 with our possible selections here. I got the coin. Do I even bother? I mean, I know it's going to be tails, but I'll let you call it anyways.
Yeah, sure.
What do you do?
Tails never fails.
It is tails.
Okay, I'm going second.
You're
haven't been second yet. I want to mix it up. New mindset after the losing streak, so we'll see.
Okay, I don't think I've picked third in a long time, so that's good. I need a shift. Listen, we were both 0 for last week. I mean, you've been 0 for a lot longer than that, but we're not going to get too much into that. So with that, we're going to jump into the draft for real. So Steph, with the first pick of the first category pick and first overall selection, where are you going to start?
All right, first category, I'd like to go with main.
Not surprising.
Main dish.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta lock it in.
Okay, and what are you going to select with your choice?
Okay, so a lot of thought. I want to go with tacos al pastor. Yep, this one is critical for a barbecue party. So it's got inexpensive cut of meat. You can serve a lot of people. Good bang for your buck. You need that rotisserie grill on your barbecue. So you put the meat on after it's been marinated. It's going to baste in its own juices. It's going to stay, super, super juicy and get crispy bits on the outside. And you're going to shave it off into your guests' tacos. And then it's a classic tacos al pastor served with pineapple. So we're going to do a grilled pineapple salsa. And then obviously it's a barbecue party. There, some good sides that everyone can kind of build their own, choose your own adventure, how you inside that taco.
Go ahead, Adam. That's a great pick. I think it's delicious. I think Steph and I probably align on what we think is good, but I didn't used to be a sweets with meat type of person. Al pastor tacos are awesome. You kind of get like the shawarma rotisserie. Here, you can do it on your grill as well. I've seen one guy, they put the pineapple on top, the juices from the pineapple like flow into the marinated pork, and he does like slices off the top and catches them in the taco. If you could master that party trick, that's like an awesome thing to have at your barbecue. Not dipping into activities yet, but they're delicious. I think that's a good pick. Everyone loves tacos at a barbecue, so.
I gotta jump in here and say, number one, sounds good. I'm not too familiar with it. I've never personally done it. Big surprise. Do you think that needed to be first overall? Do you think that was like at risk of being selected? I'm curious about that because I don't know. I mean, I don't know Adam's. I know Adam's food taste is way more refined than mine. I'm by far between the you two on the far end of away from what's knowledgeable. But it sounds good. I can't even tell you a time I've had it. Unfortunately, I feel very unprepared to counter that. So it sounds delicious. But Adam, do you think was that a risk? Would you pick that up?
I don't think that wasn't on my list of number one choices, but I had something similar that I'll probably let Steph take.
Okay. But. Interesting. All right, we're off to a start. So Adam, you got the second pick here. What are you gonna hit up here?
I think I'm gonna go with pulled pork here.
Interesting.
Put a nice dry rub on it, low and slow all day. The smells are gonna be wafting through the neighborhood. You're gonna get neighbors peeking over the fence, wondering what's going on over there. Just from the smell, it's delicious. It's easy to do a large amount of it. Difficult to overcook if you go low and slow. You have to wake up a little early to make sure you can prepare it. You have to pull it apart. That could be like a team activity at the barbecue. So like everyone could kind of help out and feel like they did something, which is something always fun. Some people like to toss it in the sauce immediately. I'm more of a sauce on the side. So like everyone can choose their own sauce. You possibly have a few different sauce combinations, maybe a more milder, sweeter one, maybe a spicier one, maybe one more vinegar based. I think pulled pork is a good time, and I'm good with pulled pork.
Interesting.
So two pork picks off the bat. So
yeah. So how, like, give me some like, how are you saucing this? How are you keeping, like, what's your plan? Do you, like, I don't know. I'm so out to left field on this one in terms of like what, like, preparation.
You've never barbecued pulled pork, so it's like it's
I've
salty,
slow cooked,
peppery.
and when I say
Yeah.
90% of when I say tonight, I mean Catherine has. But I have been a part of slow cooking pulled pork. I don't think I've ever done it on the grill personally.
Yeah, so you can do it on the grill. You can get those like smoker attachments.
Yep.
Like you soak some wood, put it in. You just want to keep it low, and then maybe at the end, you probably don't need to do it, but so it gets like really charred on the outside. So you get those kind of like crispy bits that probably aren't that great for you, but are delicious. You can potentially get that like pink smoke ring, which in barbecue is like the holy grail. So sauces, like you're going some sort of barbecue sauce. You can put a slight twist on it. I'm not too picky on buying it from the store and making it yourself. Maybe I'll make one, but like I don't want that's a lot of work, and I'm already working all day. Steph doesn't respect that, but we'll see. And then just kind of like mix it up with the sauces. So like you could have maybe a few kind of pulled pork sliders, mix up the sauces, try a bit of everything.
Steph, how are you feeling about that choice?
I feel like it's a good pick. I think, to your point, Timmy, not a lot of people have done this themselves because it's a lot of work, and it's a thing to like do it for the first time. It's a many hour investment. I really like Adam's storytelling around, the aroma in the neighborhood, and I like the customization of sauces. I think that's intriguing for guests. I would highly recommend you don't have your guests get their hands in there to pull it with you.
Food safety.
Maybe that's, maybe that's something you do with tongs yourself. But besides that little trip up, I do think it's a pretty solid choice.
Possibly a couple different people with forks. I was never going straight claws there, unless you have like those like wooden pulled porking claws. Is that the proper term? Probably
porking claws. Yeah. It can be now.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have left a lot on the board, I gotta say. I'm between two picks. Both of them are a little simpler, and it's a tough one. There's the classical that you guys haven't really touched. Like, personally, it's really good that we did this because my main is actually just about to come off the grill here. So it looks like it's nice. It looks like it's done. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's good. All right, I'm gonna go with sausage, brats, sausage on a bun. Here we go. Listen, you get all different types. You can get hot, you can get sweet, you can get different flavors. There's vegetarian options. I don't even think there's vegetarian sauce, like tofu dogs, maybe, I guess, in theory, or other types of replaceable ones. All different kinds of toppings. They're easy, they're delicious, they're filling. And I think if you're trying to go with the broad crowd, get something that everybody's happy with, that obviously enjoys meat, I think you got to go with a delicious sausage off the grill. So, cheers.
Well, it looks good. It looks pretty plain the way you have it right now. I don't know, like what.
It
what
just
kind
came
of
off the
toppings.
grill. I got ketchup on here. I haven't chopped it up yet.
Ketchup on a brat.
Normally I would do mustard, but I wasn't sure. I also, in case I have a burger ready to go, but I didn't know who was going to pick what. But I thought, you know what, burgers, no, F it. Let's go a little more.
How many props did you prepare? Oh, this is going to be...
I'm not wasting any food, by the way. No food wasted, so I'll be safe, like I promised. But how do you guys feel about that?
I think the ketchup has just really killed the idea for me right now.
I would normally go with like a nice...
Fully agree.
With a nice mustard. I would normally go with a nice mustard, but I didn't anyways.
And I also think that because brats are like pretty simple, like I think you're gonna buy them pre-made, which is fine. There's really high quality ones at the deli that you can get. But if you're gonna go that route with like a pre-made toss it on the grill option, you need to focus your time and effort on the toppings. Like you really need to elaborate. Like, is there like sauerkraut? How many kinds of mustard? Is there a smoky? Okay. Is there a maple? Like, there's lots of things you could have done to like eliminate this.
Wow. All right. Last time I invite you on the show. So no, listen. I let people top it how they want to top it, right? Like everybody likes. I do like sauerkraut. Genuinely, I love sauerkraut. if this wasn't, you know, a grill in my office where I have limited options available, I probably would have topped it up a little more. Like, geez, harsh. Some people like it plain, not like literally plain. They like something. Some people like pickles. Some people like all kinds of different stuff. Personally, I like a smoky mustard on mine, depending on the type. I prefer like either like probably like a hot Italian with some smoky mustard. That would be my preference. But to each their own. I mean, I'm gonna build the table and let my guests, you know, decide what they want to throw on there.
And currently, your table is just ketchup. That's the only thing on your
my
table
current.
right
I don't have anything next to my grill. Okay, I had to like I'm doing this on the fly. So I dressed a bun and obviously made a colossal mistake. Gee, thank God the Instagram poll is only going to say sauce and not ketchup. Okay, anyways.
Also couldn't help but notice that bun not toasted, right?
It is not toasted. No, it would have, you know.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are being real harsh. Yeah, I like a toasted bun. Not everybody likes a toasted bun. I like a toasted bun, personally. So I would have thrown that on the top rack of the BBQ, you know, minute on each side, maybe pull it off. Nice crunch. Yeah, I prefer a toasted bun every time. Yeah.
Should we be worried about a fire hazard in your office right now?
No, it's under control at the moment. It's under control. But if we take, you know, if this goes on, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So far, I have a fire extinguisher upstairs. So, so far so good. Okay. For my, I guess it's back to, because now, oh, that was hard. I feel like I got a lot of. Whew, okay. I need to loosen up after that criticism. So I'm gonna jump into, with my pick, the batch drink. And so a lot of good possible options here. But you know, I picture a hot summer day. I want something cold. I want something delicious. And it's something personal. This is like a thing that, you know, I drink both with my in-laws and my own parents. And number like the big thing is it looks great. And so hold on, I'm finishing mixing up here. Okay, I got my Moscow Mule here. So we got ginger beer, we got vodka, we got lime juice and limes. Ice stays cold in this nice copper mug. You know, you can drink. I'm not saying you're going to drink 6 of these because ginger beer is pretty strong, but it's really refreshing. It's really crisp, and thanks to the mug and the technology of copper, it stays very cold even in the hot sun. So, cheers, Moscow Mule.
It's a good drink. You can make a lot of it. One of the issues is I don't know how ginger beer is sold around you guys, but like, can you buy a large amount of it? Like, if you're hosting for 10 people,
you can't buy a 2 liter. Like, you gotta. Yeah. I got a bottle opener right here, ready to go. Yeah.
So you almost have to make them personally, which the point of the batch cocktail I thought was you kind of like set it and forget it.
But you just open a few bottles and pour it into your pitcher or whatever other serving vessel you have. I mean, it's not that hard, but yes, okay. It's not like you open a wine bottle and pour it, or a 2 liter in theory.
Fair enough. I'm being a little difficult here. Delicious, refreshing, stays cold in the nice mug. They're a good time. Steph, what are your thoughts?
It is a good pick. It's a good beverage for sure. I think, you know, potential obstacle, having enough of those mugs for all your guests. They're pricey. You know, they can run you like $20 a piece. So don't know how many people you're having at your barbecue. I like a lot of people, like a really good scene, lots of guests. So could be an issue for you, but actual cocktail choice is pretty good.
Well, if you guys keep like crapping all over me, I'm not going to invite you, but that's fine. Yeah, fair.
We're jealous of all your props.
I have, you know, we got a small supply. I mean, I'm thinking like this barbecue is similar to every other topic we've done. You know, there's no real budget. You know, I'm not saying we need to go crazy. So yeah, I'm going to go out, I'm going to shell out a bit of money, get some good mugs. And you're right. Am I going to have 100 of them? No, but hopefully we have a few. So, all right. Adam, what are you going to take with your choice here?
Yeah, so happy this one came to me. It's something that I don't think it's legal to drink in the winter. Actually, I haven't checked the latest laws, but I don't think it's legal to, and that's sangria, of course. And so you get a nice big jug, chop up all the fruit, throw the wine in there, maybe a few splashes of juice. Some people like to do like a little brandy or a little cognac. Mix it up a bit. I don't know, add a little bit more depth to it. I'm definitely going berries. I'm probably going apples, and I'll probably throw just a little bit of whatever kind of fruit is in season. And so you can pour it out, drink it straight. You could make a little spritz out of it too. Not bad. It's refreshing. Don't need a special mug. I'm happy with sangria.
Did you specify red or white sangria?
Oh, red. Sorry. Okay. I'll go red. Yeah.
Okay. I think it was the top choice. I didn't want to make a whole batch, so that's the main reason I didn't pick it. It's good. I'm concerned about like how are you temperature controlling it?
That's fair. I'll put some ice in. That's going to water it down. Maybe it's ice to order. So each cup, put a little bit of ice. I don't have the copper mug technology, but that's exclusive to your drink. I'll give you that. So
okay,
probably just ice in the cup. That's probably what I do.
Ice in the cup.
Yeah.
All right, Steph. How do you? I mean, I don't know.
You know, like a good sangria is really good, but it is hard to hit the notes. You have to know wine well to know which wines to pick to put into it, because there are some that will not go well with the fruits you choose. And the serving can be tricky. If you've got it in a big punch bowl to serve, it's like open, does something get in there? And then if you put it in one of the the canisters with the spout, the fruit always blocks it, and then people are getting in there trying to move the fruit around so they can pour more. It can be a challenging one to serve at a party, but a well executed one is very tasty.
I gotta say that the spout clogging on like the big things when you're trying, that's the worst thing. And then you're like, how do I? Especially, yeah, no, that's a real challenge. We've definitely experienced that. But good choice. All right, Steph, what are you gonna do to follow that?
Okay. This pick, I've got a basic, and I've got one a little bit outside the box, and I think this is the right one to go a little bit outside the box. So I'm gonna go with the Panty Ripper. If you haven't heard of this before,
this is a family-friendly show, Steph.
This is family friendly. Everyone wears panties. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this one it comes from Belize, and it's an excellent drink. Pineapple juice, coconut rum, and a bit of citrus in there. You got some lime and lemon to just kind of counteract the sweetness. I like this pick because it's super refreshing, really delicious, but still approachable. But I like that it's unique. Like, you're gonna come to my barbecue party and like try a new cocktail you haven't had before. And it's like a point of conversation when you're meeting new people and kind of like, out with your drink. No fruit bits to get caught in the spigot. We can just serve it up in like a big batch dispenser, and you can help yourself. Have some, maybe some fresh cocktail pineapple slices on the side if you want to put that on the rim of your drink. And maybe a little umbrella. Make it really festive. But it's super delicious.
Adam?
Yeah. Some people aren't big coconut people, so you kind of have to worry about those people. Other than that, sounds delicious, sounds summery, sounds tropical. And so sounds a bit in like the tiki drink family, which are always fun during summer. So yeah, solid pick. Name, I think we'll get you some votes for sure. So
yeah, probably. I know I've never had one of these prepared by you. Is this a common, is this out there, or is this like you would, if you're like, hey, I'm having people over, like, is this a stretch to make, I guess is my question.
Oh, no, it's super simple. It honestly, just kind of thinking about the podcast, I was like trying to rack my brain for some different options. And now that I've remembered this one, I'm gonna have to make it at our next family event for sure. But yeah, I don't think I've served it for you before. I had it in Belize like a long time ago. It was awesome.
Okay, no, that sounds good. All right, so yeah, a few different directions.
Yeah, my backup choice of just taking every flavor of White Claw and mixing them together in a big bowl somehow got through. So
you would have gotten Big Cat's vote for that. My backup choice was just like a nice, summer beer. So I'm done the Moscow, so I feel like this is a land shark. If you want to try Corona, do something else. I just thought, yeah, something. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised beer didn't get taken. So, anyways, all right, Steph, the board is yours. What do you? Sorry, yeah, the board is yours. Yeah, what are you gonna go with?
Fabulous. Okay, so the next category I really wanted to have first pick at is on the table. So this is great, and that's the activity, which I found to be quite challenging to come up with. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so you're gonna go. You just got you serve the drinks. You got everybody a little buzz, and now we're jumping into the activity. So what are we doing here at your barbecue?
All right, we're going with the classic cornhole, which is honestly like the supreme barbecue outdoor party game. It's fun to watch, which is great. It's super easy to set up, and you can kind of determine how the rounds go to accommodate your party size. So if you have a lot of people, you just do them really short so everyone gets a chance to play. If you have less people, you can do like longer rounds and tournaments. But it's a really good time. So I think this is a solid.
It was my top choice. One of the most. I mean, this past. I don't know if I guess recently. I don't know when exactly it was, but I remember playing it up at like Christie's Cottage has some games going, and it is a ton of fun. Yeah, and well, I don't want to give away because my pick is similar to this, but all that to say is, yeah, it's a fun game. Doesn't require a ton of skill or coordination, but it's just super fun to play with friends. So I don't really have. I mean, I guess the one drawback is like maximum 4 people at a time, really. But you know, that's minor. That's not too bad. Adam, how do you feel about that choice?
One of the things I'm most proud of that I own is a Kansas City Chiefs cornhole set. So some people call it bags, so you might lose some votes. They're very particular about bags versus cornhole. Yeah, and it's fun. Sometimes people take it way too intense. I'm not gonna like point fingers, but probably me. Yeah, it's fun. It's a classic barbecue game, tailgating game as well. So I feel like those are often overlapped. So I think it's a good pick.
Adam, do you want to like throw some shades on or something, or how you doing it there?
Sun's going back behind the clouds. So
yeah, chat's saying you're looking perfect in the golden hour light you got going on there. So
I'm trying to keep it on theme. Yeah.
I mean, as Lisa says, you're at a barbecue. You can throw some shades on. Nobody's going to question it. But anyways, okay, good choice. Adam, what's your canner to that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Can Jam. So for those who are not familiar with Can Jam, there's basically 2 cans and a frisbee. It's similar to cornhole. You just throw the frisbee back and forth, but your teammate, similar to cornhole, is on the other side. And if you miss the can, they can actually smack the frisbee in the thing. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty simple. Even if you're not great at frisbee, you just have to be good at hitting things towards a can, which is fairly simple. So I think cornhole, probably 1A. Can Jam for me at least is 1B. So I'm happy getting a pretty high choice here.
It's a super fun game, I could say. I've seen you throw a frisbee. That's what you want to go with?
I'm better at frisbee than the average person. There's a few of our friends who are big like ultimate people, not ultimate frisbee, ultimate.
Full stop.
So yeah, some people are very particular about that as well. I'm not trying to get canceled here by saying just cornhole or bags and ultimate frisbee. So yeah, I think I'm good enough. And if I can do it, I'm sure there's a lot of other people who can do it. So it's enjoyable to the general crowd. So
okay. Steph, I don't know. Have you ever played that before? I don't know if that's something you've done.
I have not. It sounds interesting. I'm a little concerned. Like a traditional like plastic frisbee can be really hard to aim if it's your first time playing. It can be like a little bit frustrating when you can't do it right.
Yeah.
And I have tried before and gotten it like tried to catch and got the jam on the end of my fingers, which is like a unfortunate feeling.
Yeah.
So I am concerned about playing this game, but it does sound pretty fun and like different.
You don't really have to catch. You just have to like slap it into a can. So
okay. I could do some slapping.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. No, good choice. I mean, I think those that have played it, it's going to resonate with. I don't know how popular it is. I know there's a lot of people some people watching that have definitely played it before. So that'll be interesting. Two good choices. I don't love being at the end here. I feel like I'm having a rough week so far, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna keep going through. And with my choice, I'm gonna go with a group activity that doesn't require a ton of skill. It's generally just pretty fun, fair amount of luck, and that's bocce ball. So bocce ball, fun, family-friendly activity. I've played it with my family a bunch. It's something that we enjoy. It's pretty simple. Just a few balls, throw them out there, toss them around, have a good time. And the number one thing that I like, which actually kind of applies to all of our games, so it's not a big selling point, is you always have one hand free for your drink. So, all you need is one to throw. Does it get a little competitive? Sure. But it's competitive, but nobody ever gets actually mad. They just, it's just a good time. So I think it's a pretty family-friendly barbecue game.
I didn't even think about bocce in that. Oh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. big. I'm a big bocce guy, and it's also one of those games where, with cornhole and can jam, or bags, or you're very head to head with someone. So if you're very competitive, like certain people,
yeah,
then it kind of you can kind of get intense. But with bocce ball, if someone makes a nice shot, you're just like, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. Game respects game. Nice shot. So
I've played it. Yeah, I played it. I know Debbie from marketing, who's listening, has got a weirdly good set of skills. Not something, you look at that person and you're like, you don't necessarily, you're like, nobody looks like a good bocce ball player. So it's nothing against them. It's just, they get out there and you're like, that person can really huck a ball. So Steph, what are your thoughts on that pick?
It was on my list. I'm gonna say, when you said you just need a little bit of luck, I thought you were gonna bust out horseshoes, and I was like,
that was on my list.
And then you came in with bocce. It was on my list. The reason I did not pick it is because usually a game takes a bit of time, and it's specific players, so it's not as easy to have multiple guests interact and kind of be involved and take a turn. Is usually you do a few rounds with the same kind of team, so it can be not as inclusive.
We are leaving BBQ activity in the dirt, and we're going to move on to our next choice, and I'm going to jump into the other important part of our meal, and that is choice of side. And this is perfect timing because I'm actually just finishing up my side here. It's been sitting for the recommended amount of time to let everything come together, and this is a personal favorite of mine, and that's mac salad. I'm a big mac salad guy. It's comforting, it's delicious. As I learned last night, relatively easy to make. You could go store bought, but I went homemade, and just lost my lights. And I think overall, it's pretty just people pleasing. Everybody likes it. You can there's some variations, but overall it's just delicious. It's not healthy, but we're at a barbecue. Come on, let's be realistic here. And it's just comforting. Throw it on a paper plate, have it with your sausage. Good food. So I'm gonna try this. I've tried it, but I'm gonna try it officially.
What other steps did you think were involved with making macaroni salad that you just learned it last night that it was easy to make?
I've never made homemade mac salad before, and it still took me 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm not good in the kitchen, man. I'll give me a break here. It's good though.
All right, fair.
It is good. I'm trying. Damn.
Biggest question for me off the bat is: are you going kind of like a mayo-based dressing or an oil-based dressing?
I went mayo-based for this one. I'm not opposed either way, but this one I went mayo-based, so I'm probably going to pick mayo-based.
All right. Steph, you can give your thoughts as I regroup from that comment.
Did you make your own mayo?
No.
No, so this isn't fully homemade.
No, come on. That's what? Did I make my own red wine vinegar? No, I didn't either, but it's still in there. Jeez.
Okay, no, that was kind of a troll comment.
I know.
Is it, just out of curiosity, is this as good as your the tub mac salad that I know you really love?
The Ziggy's?
Yeah.
It's I think it tastes better because it's like I made it, so I'm like, I don't know. Yes and no. I think the store bought is like obviously like worse for you, and so they like fill it and make it taste better just by virtue of it being like terrible for you. But so this I went light on the worst ingredients, and so I like it. I think it's not as heavy, so it's I don't know. It's a toss up.
Cool. Well, I respect the choice. I think you and I both have an affinity for mac salad. We grew up a lot of the same foods, so appreciate that. It is a good comfort food for sure, and not a bad choice to go with your brat. Like it's not completely like disconnected or discombobulated as a menu pairing. So yeah, not bad.
All right, Adam, have you regrouped?
Yeah, just any like mayo based pasta salad. I don't get it. I'd rather like an orzo as a shape, bunch of veggies in there, some feta cheese, like an oil based pasta salad is more my speed.
Okay, that's a totally different dish.
Maybe I'm not familiar with macaroni salad,
right.
But just mayo based dressings on salads like that are not my speed, I guess.
Okay. Adam, you bring up a really important point for the barbecue. And mayo-based salad is kind of a food safety danger.
I know that. I thought of that. I obviously am going to have...
It's a ticking time bomb out there.
You pull it out of the fridge when it's time to serve and throw it back in there. Like, nobody's out there just leaving it on a table for 45 minutes while you play around a bocce, and then yes, I mean, come on.
Some people are.
At my barbecue, that's not happening. But yeah.
So you're gonna tell your guests, okay, it's time for the side dish, but you've got 6 minutes. It's gonna be served now, and then I'm putting it back in the fridge.
No, I mean, come on. Like, how long? Food safety expert. How long can it sit out there realistically? What's
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours,
that's
but
lots
like
of
not
time. Who is still like going through it's waiting for their turn at the table like 2 hours after we start.
It's still weird when it gets warm though. I'll tell you a tip to mitigate this later, but I'm not going to tell you now.
Okay.
Yeah,
look at that.
Don't give him any help here.
Damn.
All right. I'm up next, and I'm gonna go with something I associate with barbecues, and that's corn on the cob.
Good choice.
It's simple. You can do it like on the grill to finish it off, get it like nice and crispy. You have the classic just stick of butter that everyone just rolls it in. I know probably food safety not the biggest. A lot of hands involved in my barbecue. And you could have some like spice blends to throw on top, kind of like a elote, like the Mexican street corn. Like get a little bit into that, a little bit of cotija cheese on top. Always delicious. It's always just a classic barbecue thing. I know at least in Ontario, fresh corn in the summer, always fantastic. So something I associate with barbecues. So I'm good with corn on the cob here.
Yeah, no, you're crushing it. I know you've already nailed Christy's vote. Christy's family is a big corn people in general, but like I love grilled corn. I also know she loves sangria, as she just mentioned. So I love grilled corn. I mean, that was actually number 2 on my list. Again, like the odds of you weren't gonna pick mac salad, but as I was thinking about it, that was on my list for sure. I do mine differently. Not everybody, like I grill it start to finish, and I often don't grill it like in the husk. I grill it directly on. Everybody's got different styles. I don't know. Again, as I've clearly demonstrated over the last 45 minutes, I don't have very many skills, so don't trust me. But if you ever want to try it, it's not bad. I do like the seasonings too. Like you can do different stuff, and the Mexican street corn style is really good.
Yeah. Also, just to like make a point that I think we made against you, I'll just make it back myself. You have to buy all like the corn holder things. So like similar to buying all the copper mugs.
But those are a lot cheaper. The copper mugs are like 20 plus a piece. The corn husker like holders are like not. But,
pack of 10 at Dollarama.
Yeah. But I appreciate you trying to even the playing field. So yeah, Steph, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think it's funny that this also adds to your theme of like a claw evening. Like you've got your like pork claws, your corn claws, and like you just need claws for serving. I like the toppings that you went with. Like a Mexican street corn is fabulous for sure. I love corn on the cob, especially fresh Ontario corn. So I think you really like won me over there. And it was on my list, but I crossed it out because my husband is adamant about not ever eating corn on the cob because it gets stuck in his teeth and he needs to like go floss it out. He like won't even eat it because it's like a discomfort especially like in a social situation. So I don't know, you might alienate a few folks in that respect, but like taste wise, very good selection.
So him and the entire Braces crowd, which is like the majority of our demo. So, yeah, sorry to the Braces wearers out there. So.
Did you have braces?
Did I? Yeah. Twice. Yeah.
Twice. How?
Didn't take them the first time?
Yeah, or you just
no. Like... I got a tooth knocked out, and I had to get braces on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was like 22 in college at barbecues, just so angry that I couldn't eat corn on the cob. So here's my redemption.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's the loser now, huh?
As we sit here and talk about corn on the cob.
The side that I'm gonna go with it's in line with a theme that I'm going for. Also, important point for me was to maximize using the barbecue. Right, everyone wants the experience. You know, there's someone who wants to be grill master or grill father like Timmy. So I'm gonna go with stuffed jalapenos, like jalapeno poppers, but you can do them up on the grill. Slice them open. We're gonna fill them with a good mixture of a few different cheeses to get a couple of spices, get some really good flavor going, get a good cheese pull out of that. And, when you put jalapeno on the grill, it becomes more mild. So it's not going to be super, super spicy for if anyone's hesitant about having something that's too hot. It mellows out, but the flavor remains. And I think it's just really fun to like use the grill, have a side like that. It's going to go with the tacos, or even, you put a few on, but while tacos are in the works, and give everybody something to snack on.
That's a great combo. Oh, yeah.
You guys need to throw a barbecue together because you're all right. Okay.
And as soon as you see someone with that cheese pull, you're like, I'm having one of those. Like, I'm not leaving until I have one of those. Your Uber could be arriving and you could get the message saying, my Uber's here. You see someone with that cheese pull, you're like, can't cancel the Uber. I'll take the fee. Going back in, getting one of those. That's a great pick. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
No criticisms from me. I don't think I've really. Have you made that for? You have. That's not good. Okay. When? like in the last couple of years?
Yeah, probably in the past few years, but
okay.
We like to enjoy many cocktail batches while
that is true.
Enjoying the accompaniments. So
yeah, no, I mean I like it. That's a tough, like, obviously I know it's not spicy because you're pulling stuff out. It's a great choice. I agree. I also feel like it's visually appealing. Like it looks like munchable and delicious. So food safe. That's a big thing. I mean, you're right. It's not a mayo based dish sitting out in the sun. So that's a good choice. I got no knocks there.
And I can still put my hands all over it, my claws, so yeah, I'm good.
You're not bringing any utensils to the barbecue. You're walking in there, maybe a couple packs of wet wipes just to, for the visual appearance, but other than that, you're just getting in there. Yeah, no, that's good.
I'm rolling deep with the wet naps, but no utensils.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, environmentally friendly, right? You're not using plastic utensils, so that's great. Okay, now we are officially on to the last two categories.
I love baking, and I love doing experimenting with desserts. Don't always turn out, but it's a lot of fun. But I really had to lean away from that and go with something super classic. Again, just trying to like be approachable and loved by all. So I'm gonna go with a ice cream sundae bar. All the toppings. We've got some fresh berries, hopefully like local and seasonal, good chocolate fudge sauce, caramel sauce, maybe like a fruit compote, like some stewed strawberries or raspberries. If there's any kids that are there, you can throw in some sprinkles. And it's you can do it up yourself, choose what you like, but cool and refreshing on a hot summer night while you're having your barbecue. We're gonna have there's a really easy way to do like an ice bath, and then put your tubs of ice cream in there to keep it nice and chilled for the amount of time that you'd like it to be out and served. Yeah, just a classic.
Like how do you? I mean, listen, I'm not questioning you on food safety, but like, how do you keep everything like appropriate temperatures between the ice cream and the sides and the toppings and like everything that goes into it? I like, do you ice pass everything, or do you like, I don't know, like I'm sure sprinkles can sit for a bit, but like they're not, I don't think they'd be great in the hot sun for a while. I don't know. I feel like this is a similar issue to what we talked about, where like you would pull it out and set it up when it's ready, but there'd be a time it wouldn't be there when people walk in, right?
Yeah, that's a fair point. I think dessert time is usually like a bit more of a closed window compared to like main and sides, like where you're serving for a more extended period of time.
When it suits your dish, you're like, no, this is the appropriate time for people that, mac salad, they should be able to have from the moment they walk in to the moment they leave. But dessert, it's like you get...
There is a set time for dessert. Gotcha. That's true. Also, the ice bath is super easy to set up, and any chocolate sauce wouldn't need it, but for sure the ice cream would, so it would stay firm. So I'm gonna bust out that trick.
Okay, well, I mean, I wouldn't say no, that's for sure. So, Adam, any strong feelings there?
I'm a man. I'm a grown adult, and I like sprinkles. So I don't understand why you're saying if there's kids there, we'll have sprinkles. Would like sprinkles as an adult. I don't know. Yeah, it's good. Logistically, a little bit difficult potentially.
Yeah,
I think maybe some of like the kind of you call them like compotes, right? Some of those, get some fruit and season, like that would be delicious. Tough to make for like a large crowd, I think. I guess it's a build your own bar, but you kind of have to like pick and choose what you want. But overall, I think it's a good pick.
I feel like there's
definitely,
a lot of
definitely Scream Summer, yeah.
There's a lot of over prep that would go into this. Like a lot of stuff you would make that would go uneaten just by virtue of like, if everybody wants this, you need to have enough. I don't know. That's my any kind of bar style serving. Although popular and delicious, you're gonna have a ton of stuff at the end that's been like sifted through but not eaten, and then you're like, I don't know, That's all. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I don't think you're at all wasteful with food. I just, that's a thought that it's not a.
It's a good time for sure, though. But
yeah.
Legit criticism, so it's totally fair.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go with something not very classy or like foodie. Yeah, I'm just going with the classic. I'm going ice cream road as well. I'm going with the classic ice cream sandwich.
I'm so screwed.
Two wafer cookies, vanilla ice cream in the middle. Sometimes they have like the Neapolitan ones or the double chocolates. Get out of here. Just vanilla, the classic wafers. They're soft. They get stuck all over your fingers. And at first you're eating them and you're like, oh, it's everywhere. But then you realize you're already at a claw-based barbecue. So you just get to lick your claws. They're like one of my favorite things in the world. A little bit of nostalgia in there. So I'm good with just the classic ice cream sandwich. So.
Steph?
And you can hand them out like your Oprah on one of her favorite things episodes. Always nice.
That sounds amazing. Just like you got like a bucket and you're just like tossing to the crowd. Your explanation of the experience was really spot on. When you get that like half of the cookie sticks to your fingers, and it's like such a specific thing. And that it is super. It's classic. It's easy to serve for sure. It's pre-wrapped and it's not as messy as like some other ice cream based options out there, like on a stick or something. I'd love to do a homemade version for sure. But which is, a bit more work, but yeah, good pick.
And also I already have Can Jam in there. So everyone's been practicing their Frisbee skills all day. So if you're just tossing them around, you've had practice all day. So
what will I pick?
Oh, destroyed.
That is a tough one. Okay, well, all right. Let me think about this. in the meantime, this has completely melted. So that's a major flaw with your plan, Adam. It's just essentially liquid. So I even had it on ice. I have it on ice over here next to my grill.
I'm sprinting from the freezer with the box, doing a quick frisbee toss to everyone in the crowd, going back in, keeping them cold.
No, so. Valid choice. I'm really glad I bought those box of ice cream sandwiches. Okay, so
you are. That's part of the.
I got 11 left. There you go. All right, I am gonna go with a more of a throwback to childhood. Everybody loves a hot summer day, and you just want something that's like tasty and sweet and delicious. I'm gonna go with Freezies. Ton of different flavors. You can buy a box. Everybody's happy. Kids love them. Adults love them, even though they maybe they're all Freezy, but like everybody loves Freezies. Tons of different flavors. Simple, easy. You throw them out there. You hand them out whenever you want them. Like, let's be honest. Although like some of us are more sugar adverse than others, they're delicious and they're refreshing. And I don't think. If you're like warm on a summer day and you're looking for like, although there's criticisms where like they might color your mouth and all that, but at the same time, like whatever, it's fun. You're having a fun summer barbecue. I think you got a big cooler out there full of Freezies. People are going to be going into it, so that's going to be my choice.
I think you bring up the coloring the mouth thing. I don't see that as a criticism at all. That's like a flex. If you show up to a different event later that day and your tongue is blue, you're like, why is your tongue blue? I ate a Freezy today. How's it going?
Okay. All right.
And then everyone's like, oh, I wish I ate a Freezy today.
You just feel guilty that you took my choice. That's fine.
Crush came out, like Orange Crush and Grape Crush. They came out with like a 3 flavor pack.
Yeah, the variety pack. Yeah.
The lime ones were one of my favorite things in the entire world. Grape and orange I could do without. I'm typically a lemon lime type of guy. If I'm going with the original Freezy pack, I'm probably going blue or white. No one even knows what white is. I'm sure someone does, but that's the point.
I love the white one. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
no idea.
Mystery flavor. I think it's a good pick. It's good. It's a little nostalgic. Yeah.
Okay, Steph.
I have a lot of feelings about this, but I'm just gonna choose which ones to express. I think. It's interesting. Adam doesn't mind the color dye situation, but also it makes sense because he's serving red sangria. So he's okay with...
You're going to blend them.
With experience for your guests to look their best. I remember getting those little like cuts when you're like going hard on your freezing. You're like the plastic just like kind of gets at you. Yeah. Like that's what came to mind. I'm like, ooh, that's not a cute look as an adult. You're like, oh, my Freezy just cut me.
That's like a very big point. I didn't even think about that. That's like PTSD for me. Like, oh man. Yeah.
But
all right, I can stop there.
But like, what about like my ice cream sandwiches? I get like the chocolate part like sticks to my teeth. That drives me crazy. Then you're just like I was genuinely worried if I ate it, I was gonna have to like worry, but.
Well, Adam's not concerned about that at his party. He's got like the corn, he's got the sangria.
That is true. Just throw it all in there. It's all, it's just a smorgasbord of stuff. Okay.
He's gonna have like a dental setup in his bathroom for everyone to floss and brush.
Everybody, like, think about cost. You're buying guest toothbrushes for everybody at the party. That's like a realistic,
I saved on copper mugs though, so
that is true.
That's fine.
Yeah, you gotta listen. You gotta blow the budget somewhere. Okay. So I think now we're on to our last item, and that is the not welcome item. This is something that somebody's bringing to your barbecue that you're like, no thanks, might as well have not brought it. This was an interesting one because it's like pretty wide open. I mean, people bring all sorts of stuff. My choice for this is going to be, might offend some people, but it's going to be the veggie platter without dip. So just straight veggies, no dip. And, it's even worse if it's like prepackaged and there's just nothing and it's just like broccoli and like grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes and like celery and just nothing. And you're like, okay, like listen, this is good. I like vegetables. They're obviously very good for you, but this just in a hot summer day, I'm just not feeling a thing of broccoli without a little ranch or something to go with it. So I'm going to go with the dipless veggie tray.
What's typically on that platter? It's celery, carrot sticks, cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes,
cherry,
broccoli, red pepper,
cauliflower.
Yeah, those are like the 6 things.
Yeah. It's just there's a literal hole in the middle that's like, and so if you're like don't have anything to go with it, it's dry. It's like I'm eating this because I'm hungry, not because okay, Steph's different than me, so Steph's probably like, oh, like nutrition, this is good. I'm like, I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna eat a bunch of broccoli. Cause I don't know. I mean, that's everybody's different. That's just like my like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just wait for the mac salad.
Did they choose not to bring the dip, or were they like, oh yeah, the dip was on the side and I forgot to grab it?
I don't think intentions matter here. I think it's results that matter. And if you walk in the door with a dipless veggie tray, what did you do? Forget it at home? I don't know. I mean, it's.
Steph? I think it's the funniest concept ever to imagine someone bringing that like Loblaws like pre-done tray, but the dip, like someone's peeled the cellophane and taken the dip out.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's gone. It's like, oh, I left it out. I left it out of the. I shouldn't. It might not be good anymore. I'll just bring the vegetables. Who knows? We don't know why the dip's missing. Yeah. We don't know. But
yeah, I was walking from my car to your backyard and I got robbed. All they wanted was the dip. And
yeah. I had pizza last night. I didn't. We don't know what happened to the dip, but it's coincidental. It's coincidental, I swear. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that.
Okay. That was my goal. That was all I wanted. Okay. I just wanted something you wouldn't enjoy. All right, Adam, what are you gonna go with?
I think the best one to go with like plain chips. Like if you're bringing chips to a party, why get the regular flavor? Like
it, because there's like an onion dip with them.
Oh, there's no onion. They forgot the dip. It wasn't.
I don't know if it's the same concept. So this is dipless plain chips. Is what like dip is a big deal right now. Is what I'm getting at. Is what it sounds to me like. This is what's happening.
But it's like a bag of that like yellow Lay's regular chips. Doesn't mean like, well, I brought chips. It's like, why are you bringing those chips?
You don't like regular
Lay's?
Yeah,
I'll eat them. But is every other flavor better than regular? Maybe. Yes. I don't think that's up for debate. Get Doritos. Get a plain tortilla chip. That's better. I'd rather eat a plain tortilla chip than a plain Lay's chip. It's just greasy, salty.
The Lay's,
nothing to it.
The Lay's, I agree, because even with the dip, the Lay's are not designed for dips. Like they're not. Yeah. I get that. So you're saying you're arguing that's the worst chip of all time, and just don't bother.
Yeah, don't bring it. Don't bring it.
Interesting.
Make a statement. Make a statement saying, you know what? I think most people here are going to like salt and vinegar. Some people are going to get offended and being like, I don't like salt and vinegar. Who cares? You made a statement, and it's more people are going to enjoy that than the regular chip. Go sour cream and onion. Go barbecue. Go ketchup. Do whatever. Like do what you want to bring. Just don't bring regular. That's my not invited item.
Okay, yeah. Steph. Do you feel nearly as passionately as Adam does about this one?
I mean, like, there's a lot of logic and sense to what he's saying, and I agree. Like if there was like plain chips on the table, I wouldn't reach for them. Like, I'm not interested in that. But it's also not the most offensive thing that someone could bring to your barbecue.
It's not offensive, but no one's gonna say, oh, like,
yeah.
Thank God you brought the regular Lay's chips, because if you brought sour cream and onion, I don't know what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not offensive. It's like if someone was bringing beer to your barbecue and they brought like Budweiser, you're like, okay, like this isn't really fun, but like
it's better than nothing, but like not great.
Yeah. Like that's the bar. It's better than nothing.
Okay.
It's better than not having that item. It's not good. It's just better than not having that item. So,
but it's not as bad as just like plain prepared vegetables.
Hey, there was a clear number one here, and Timmy took it. So,
okay. All right, Steph, what do you got to follow that up with then?
My list for this category was so long. And I've just been mulling over. I've got 2 directions to go. I'm gonna go with soup. I do not want a guest showing up with soup, and I have to heat it in my kitchen, and then I have to figure out what to serve it in, bowls, spoons, also like a hot dish on a hot summer day. That's like, it needs two hands to eat it. Like, you've got your bowl and your soup spoon. Awkward as anything. Like, I don't even care if it's homemade. Like, thank you, that was a nice gesture to do something homemade. Soup is not welcome.
I did not have soup in my radar.
So, have you ever been to a barbecue where someone brought soup?
This is a good argument. It
doesn't mean it can't happen, but like,
yeah,
I don't think so.
Ooh, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, in theory, I guess we could have picked from an infinite universe of crappy things, but is that a realistic possibility?
That wasn't like part of the category. It was just like, what is not welcome at your barbecue?
Interesting. Go
ahead. I'm kind of leaning veto here because I don't think
if you veto it's just gonna have a much better choice. That's fine.
I don't think it fits the category.
Okay, let's by the spirit of the veto, we will veto it and give you another opportunity. All right, we're gonna veto that. I agree. I don't think it fixed. To be fair, we didn't really I guess it was kind of implied that it would be like a realistic, guest item.
Do you have something else on? You said you have a long list. Is there something else that could fit the category where it's like this has happened before?
All right. Let's veto that. Veto that. Yeah. What do you got?
Okay, and I'll take off anything that hasn't happened before, and I'll go with one that has happened before.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pre-dressed Caesar salad.
Yeah, great choice.
Made at home.
Great choice. Yeah.
Slimy AF. Like, by the time it gets it's not even lettuce anymore. You need claws to serve it. Not good.
Like obviously specifically pre-dressed. Like are we talking homemade? Are we talking store-bought? What do we anything?
Where it's like store-bought, but then they also opened the packet it came from, pre-dressed it at home. Maybe they're trying to be thoughtful and they're just not with it. And then they bring the pre-dressed soggy Caesar salad.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible. I would not want that. I don't know. I would. You're right. That's just I wouldn't. It's hard to touch that. I guess it's tough because if the guests don't know unless it visibly looks terrible, if they don't know it's been pre-dressed, they might just be like, oh, so you just made up a Caesar salad and throw it on their plate. But I know you mean that it's probably visually not appetizing at that point.
I feel like you need the crunchy romaine for a good Caesar salad.
Yeah, and
as soon as you pre-dress it, it's gonna kind of go a little flaccid. And then you're just gonna crunch. It's just gonna be soggy. It's gonna be gross. The croutons aren't gonna have the same crunch. Any pre-dressed salad, dressing on the side always, and then we'll figure it out once we're there.
Yeah. Good choice. I did get a question saying how realistic is a pre-made veggie platter without the dips. People have brought veggies without the dip. That's a realistic thing. Come on. It doesn't even need to be store-bought. It can be just homemade chopped up celery.
Yeah. It seems in the ballpark where it's oh, they'll have ranch, and then you show up and you
thank you.
Ranch.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're running pretty over, so we're gonna wrap this up relatively quickly. And so why don't we do a quick summarize of the draft picks, then we'll jump into the beers, and then we'll wrap it up. So, Steph, why don't you take us through your choices for this evening?
Okay. So we had for my main dish, tacos al pastor with a grilled pineapple salsa. For my side dish, we had stuffed jalapenos. For dessert, we're looking at an ice cream sundae bar. Batch drink was the Panty Ripper, a pineapple and coconut rum cocktail. Not welcome dish, we've pivoted to a pre-dressed Caesar salad. And fun activity for the night is cornhole.
Very nice. Adam, what did you end up with?
Main, I'm going pulled pork. Side, I'm going corn on the cob. Dessert, ice cream sandwich. Batch cocktail, sangria. Not invited item. regular plain chips, activity, can jam.
All right. And I had sausages or brats on a bun. I had macaroni salad, homemade. I had freezies as my dessert, Moscow mules as my drink, veggie platters without the dip, and I had bocce ball as my activity. And so now that we got the food, we got the picks, everything's set up, let's talk about the drinks for tonight. So Steph, how was your Jelly King? How'd it taste?
Super good. It's tart and like slightly effervescent, which I love. Yeah, very refreshing. I'm glad I've went down and picked one of these up.
Nice. And Adam, how did yours go down?
It was great. A little bitter, a little tropical, good balance for a summer barbecue. I think they run them. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And my peanut butter shake, I mean, it had some competition between the Moscow Mule and the Land Shark, but overall, very good. I did enjoy it. In terms of stouts, I mean, if you're a stout lover, I don't know if you'd love it, but if you just like beer and you like tasty beer, I thought it was great. So I think I would.
Not a great barbecue pick though. A stout?
No.
You show up with a 6-pack of stouts for a barbecue?
No, well, it depends who you are. I mean, there's some people out there, and might be one or two watching that I think would lean into the stouts, but that's a fair point. Not something I would necessarily do at all. Okay. And so before we sign off, so Steph, I know, I think you launched a new Instagram page recently, right? And I think it's at Brushed Butter or Butter Brushed.
Got it.
Perfect. At Butter Brushed. So I'm just curious. I mean, you got a bunch of food background. So what's the theme? Like, what are you focusing on?
So it's just a new page to kind of push all my food content into one place because I was putting it on a different account before, but I love posting all the things that I make. I love food photography, and kind of the theme of Butter Brushed is about balance because I love like a green smoothie, and I also love like duck confit and super luxurious dishes and kind of everything in between. So it's just a fun kind of wellness but balanced amalgamation of everything.
Do you think any of your barbecue selections are at some point going to make it onto the page?
I think they must. I think tacos al pastor would like that. That would make for a great photo for sure. Lots of texture and color and stuff.
Yeah, fair. Okay, there you go. That could be my first time making it. I'll have to follow that follow the instructions because as I've said tonight, I'm a by the book in the kitchen person in terms of let's keep it as simple as possible. But anyways, I had a lot of fun doing the draft tonight. Thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate it. Food is it's always a fun topic to talk about. Everybody always seems to have these, especially when it comes to chips, very passionate opinions. I think we had a good topic tonight. And Adam, how you feeling about the draft? Anything you want to say before we sign off?
I got most of my number one, so like I'm feeling confident on this one, but I'm not sure if I should be. So we'll have to see how it goes. It seems like a lot of the things Steph chose I was pretty aligned with, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And Steph, how'd you feel about your selections?
I feel good. I think I got most of my picks except for the Vito one. I think it would be a good barbecue. Feeling good.
Nice. Okay. I gotta say, going second, not my favorite tonight, but that's okay. That's part of the deal. You don't always get the draft pick that you want. But we appreciate everybody watching.
You did go third, though.
Sorry, I meant third. I did mean third because you end up at the basement of a lot of categories, which is not ideal. So we're, now that the votes have been picked, we're going to, as we always do, we're going to post the results online on our Instagram page at Drafts and Drafts Podcast. So we always rely on your input, and we very much appreciate it. And so, we'll post that tonight, but it'll be up all day tomorrow. You can also submit your vote after the fact. Send us a DM on Instagram. We always count it on our Instagram page. You can find links to our YouTube and our Spotify's for past shows. And for, if you missed the live show, you can always watch or listen after the fact. And so with that, I think the picks have been made and the keg has run dry. So we're going to sign off. We will be sticking around just after this for the after show. So, feel free to stay around and we'll chat and answer some questions. But other than that, again, thank you all so much for watching. We very much appreciate it. And take care. We will see you next Tuesday night. Have a good night.
See you guys.